Plus, another fire in Utah County gets a couple of kids in trouble. Why they burned their own playground to the ground. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nadia Crow.
And I'm Brian Carlson.
Thank you, Jason. And another fire, this one in Spanish Fork, though, puts a sibling duo in the middle of what could have been a very dangerous mess. A young brother and sister are accused of setting flames to their elementary playground.
And now they have to answer to police. ABC for Utah's Kim Johnson is outside Park Elementary in Spanish Fork with a look at the damage.
A Utah teenager remains in critical condition after slamming his car into a house. It happened last night at 5th North and Redwood Road in Salt Lake City. Police say 3 people were inside the home during the crash. No one inside the home was injured, but the driver is now at a Salt Lake area hospital. The crash is under investigation. Frustration continues to mount in the case against a fired West Valley police officer. Sean Cowley was fired by the city for his involvement in the shooting death of Danielle Willard. He appealed his termination, but today the appeal hearing was postponed for the 3rd time to give city attorneys more time to evaluate Cowley's records. Willard's mother expressed her frustration from flying in from Washington just to attend. Willard's mother says she wants to make sure he doesn't get his job back. Cowley, on the other hand, claims the city used him as a scapegoat to save its reputation after Willard's death. The commission will now have to set a new date for Cowley's next appeal hearing. Turning to weather now, yesterday afternoon packed a punch, but today is much more mild. As you can see here, take a look through our Hoops Vision Tower cam. The sun is shining down on Salt Lake City. There are some clouds around and it's a little bit chillier, but overall, a beautiful day.
Yeah, but what we all want to know is when will it warm up again? ABC for Utah's chief meteorologist Jim Kosak is live in the Weather Center. So Jim, when do we get that 80 you've been talking about?
I think we're going to have to wait for the second half of next week for that to gradually take place. The big one.
A new product could present a new threat on the drug front. It's called alcohol, a powdered alcohol that up until recently was approved by the federal government. Jesse Denderline from New Roads Treatment Center joins us now. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to us about, it's a powdered form of alcohol. So how would somebody use this? How would it work?
From what I understand, you take the powder pretty much anywhere. It's a way for people to conceal alcohol, and then you pour it into water. I think it's like 5 ounces of water or something, and it basically makes a cocktail.
So you could have that in your pocket, in your purse, and no one would really know it's there.
Right.
What are your concerns by having this product enter the market?
My fear is that it's going to target a population of people who want to conceal the fact that they're drinking. So it's going to put alcohol pretty much anywhere. And also possibly into the hands of underage drinkers.
There's some people who say this is perfect if I want to go camping and I don't want those bottles clanging around, and you know, they want to have that in their backpack. You're talking about people who would use this in a very irresponsible way.
Right, and there's even a risk of people snorting it. Things like that have been discussed in the substance abuse community.
So how does substance abuse start? When you talk about a child, do we still have those gateway drugs like marijuana, alcohol that lead to harsher drugs? Could this be added into that?
Absolutely, yeah. Alcohol is still the #1 most abused addictive substance in the country. 1 in 12 people, or adults I should say, have either an addiction or a dependence on alcohol. So yeah, it's definitely still a huge problem.
You talked about concealing it. So let's say there's someone that you know that's an addict. Would this make it easier for them to maybe slip off course if it could be so easy to hide?
Absolutely, and just like I said before, I mean, it may be another thing that they could start to snort. They may use it while they're drinking regular, beverages. So it will be hard to manage how much alcohol you're taking in if you're in your food, possibly. If you're snorting it, which hopefully that doesn't happen, or pouring it in, maybe multiple packages of the powder into one drink.
You're obviously not in support of this product. Would you support more regulation, state, city laws, you know, going in and saying you can't have this product or it needs to be labeled, or do you think that's coming down the pipeline?
You know, I think there's a lot of resistance to this product, and I've read some articles today that said it was an error by the FDA that it was approved, which I don't know if, you know, I don't know if that's true or not, but I think that there'll be a lot of resistance. I know Mothers Against Drunk Drivers and, you know, a lot of other organizations are really afraid of what could happen with this sort of product.
Well, we'll have to keep our eye on that. Jesse, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Nadia.
Welcome back. He's a famous face who got his start in football. Now he's a new host on ABC's Good Morning America.
Yeah, we're talking about Michael Strahan. He's a big guy with a big personality, and now you can see him each and every morning. ABC's Robin Roberts has more. And he's doing just about everything.
He is.
Fox Sports. We got Live with Kelly and Michael now, and then Good Morning America.
So when does he, and he lives, I believe he lives in LA with his fiance, but works in New York?
Does he sleep?
I don't know.
Maybe that's one of the next stories we see out of Michael. Coming up, the U.S. government tries to level the playing field for a structure.
From ABC4 Utah.
We begin this half hour with breaking news. The town of Opel, Wyoming has just been evacuated after a huge explosion was seen and heard at the Williams gas plant.
According to the Wyoming Department of Transportation, there are no injuries in the area, but news agencies there say a big ball of fire went up in the air, causing workers to run away. Right now, US 30 and Wyoming's Highway 240 have been closed. You're taking a look at that fireball on your screen right now. Again, that's coming from the Wyoming Department of Transportation, and we'll bring you the latest information about what's going on in Opel, Wyoming when it becomes available. The United States sent a new message to Russia today by putting 600 troops on the ground in Ukraine. ABC's Alex Marquardt has more about what the move may mean as tension mounts in the region.
Guys.
And we are jonesing.
We need that, wanting it all the time. Coming up, see how Utah's young leaders look to give back and find out how you can help.
Welcome back. The United Way is holding a soiree for Salt Lake's little ones.
We're talking about United Way's Young Leaders Annual Celebration. It's a fundraiser to earn money for early childhood education. United Way's Drew Martinez joins us now. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's start with just talking about who are United Way's Young Leaders. Who makes up this group?
Yeah, so United Way of Salt Lake Young Leaders are individuals that donate $1,000 or more to United Way of Salt Lake and are 40 and under. So they're early to mid-career professionals that really just want to get back involved in their community and give back financially with their time and get access to a lot of cool opportunities to network with each other and kind of just learn more about our community and the needs there.
How young is the youngest leader?
Oh man, I think it might be me actually. So it's 26. So that's as young as we get, yeah.
So what does it mean for the people to be in this group, to kind of have that camaraderie after high school, after college, to still be out doing these activities?
Yeah, for one, I mean, it's such a great way to know what the need is in the community and how you can give back. Because I think a lot of people in our community just really don't know what to do, and they want to give back, but they don't know what's the biggest bang for their buck, I guess.
Right.
So it's a great place to see where you can get involved in the community and just get to know other young professionals in our community as you're up and coming in your career. Those connections are huge, really, to really advance in your career. So those are really some great opportunities to get involved too.
So what's involved with this soiree this weekend? Yeah,
so it's this Friday. It's at the Salt Lake Hardware Building. We still have tickets left. We're almost at capacity, but we're going to be doing. We're going to have a band, so we're going to be dancing. There's going to be some food, some great drinks. It's a 1920s speakeasy kind of theme. So costumes and
What
courage.
does that mean, though? Give us an example of that.
So I actually just got my costume, or my outfit today.
Right.
I got
Get
a
the
vest.
terminology right?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous saying outfit, but it works. I got my vest, my bow tie. It's just a kind of just a fun way of getting together, and costumes and courage, but not required.
And so. Brian could be a flapper.
Yes,
for the
we have
event,
some great
right?
flapper dresses.
Rest at home.
I'm sure you do,
So
Brian. Just pull
great.
it out.
You look great.
So this all goes to early childhood education. How do those proceeds make their way there?
Yeah, so through different initiatives, United Way of Salt Lake kind of champions, we always talk about our promise to change the odds so that every kid in our community, regardless of their circumstances, has the same chance to succeed in school and in life. So part of that, to ensure every child succeeds, we want to make sure kids are ready to enter kindergarten, and once they're in kindergarten, they're on track to, in those important areas of reading, math, and science. So all the money that's raised from this event will go towards those early childhood education efforts to really make sure kids, at-risk kids in our community, are, entering kindergarten and kind of succeeding through those early formative years in a kid's life.
Sounds like a great event. Give us the details real quick one more time.
Yeah, so this Friday from 7 to 10, Salt Lake Hardware Building. More information is on uw.org. Like I said, the tickets are limited, so feel free to reach out to us and see what we can do. But they're $50 for an individual. If you want to get a big group together, they're $450. But all proceeds go toward early childhood education.
Drew Martinez, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching Forward 4.